What's going on, everyone? How's everyone doing today? Hopefully, this live stream is way better than yesterday's. We're going to start out with Bitcoin for the time being. We had that capitulation that held at the 618. We're currently getting rejected at the bottom of this really, really small support or resistance channel. Inevitably, though, it wouldn't be bad if Bitcoin actually fell down here to the 5. That would reset the RSI at 50, and then we can have a continuation up here to test 4207. So personally, I think tomorrow we might see a little drop in Bitcoin to around 40,000 to test that area out, which would actually be a healthy retracement for Bitcoin in my personal opinion. And then from there, I think we're going to be heading up to $42,000. Hopefully, if we break above this resistance channel. So Bitcoin definitely had that drop, and I was calling. Let me zoom out here for a bit. I was calling these drops here. Bitcoin definitely needed to have a capitulation event. And if you look from here, you have this tight consolidation, capitulation, tight consolidation, capitulation. And we actually had a drug out consolidation and capitulation. The capitulation wasn't as bad as back here, but inevitably it was a capitulation nonetheless. So hopefully that was the capitulation that we were looking for, and it wasn't one of these right here for a run up and then a bigger one for the time being. But let's just keep an eye on Bitcoin for the time being. For the short term, I think it'll be retracing to the 5 for continuation up to 42,000. So with that, I have an open floor. Anyone want any coins charted? If not, I'm just going to go on a rant about some random coins and chart them live. Usually takes a while for people to show up, but I think altcoins are going to be extremely bullish later this week. I said that last live stream and the live stream before that. Later this week actually looks really good for altcoins, which would actually validate this Bitcoin drop and continuation up to 42,000. So with that, let's look at my PBX. This is this is my baby. If you're part of the Discord, you definitely know what PBX is and how much I like PBX. I think PBX is going to make a lot of people a lot of money. Not fast, but in the next couple of years, I think PBX is going to be great. It's on the Cardano blockchain. Once Cardano takes off, we had the capitulation there. I really wish I would have bought in at 7. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to. I didn't have any buy orders in. Kind of sitting on the sidelines right now to wait to see what Bitcoin does, and I think I missed my buying opportunity right there for the time being. But we're having difficulty getting over this resistance channel at 0077 on PBX. So that 0077 is actually at the 50 on the RSI. So I'd personally keep an eye on breaking above that. If we broke above 7.8 for PBX, I think it'd be off to the races up to 7.6 and be looking at 8 cents, not 8 cents, 008 to 8.8 for a peak, and then a retracement, then hopefully a continuation higher. But we're just having a heck of a time getting over this resistance right here for PBX. But I really wish I would have bought some PBX right here. I should have put a buy-in order. But it is what it is. So with that, we're going to chart some VXV. I just uploaded a video on VXV about 20 minutes ago, so not much is going to change. I'm just going to go over what I talked about in that video. I'll clear everything up so it's kind of fresh, but it's not really going to change from the upload that I just recently did. So for VXV right now, VXV is in a downtrend. We're not making higher highs. I mean, we did have this dip right here, and it didn't dip super hard with the Bitcoin drop, and we held at the 1. For the time being, we got rejected right here at the main resistance area. RSI is not above 50 yet, but we did break above 50, and it got rejected. So VXV is not looking crazy bullish right now. So I personally think VXV, this might actually go against my other video now that I'm looking at it. I think VXV might retrace back down here to around $2. And then that'll give you the juice. That'll definitely give you the juice to blast up here. So this one last drop for VXV, load up at $2. Brew some moon juice. I think we'll break through the 786. You can see we broke through the 786 right here, but we got met with an instant resistance. And that's the same scenario if we head up here. We have a 786 main resistance and 618. So this area right here is going to be very, 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 very difficult to get over for VXV, but once you get over that, it's going to act as a fantastic support for you guys. And I believe in the longer term, like in the next month or so, you'll definitely be over there. But you have to remember, these are 4-hour candles, so it's not going to be a day that we're going to work up there. Each one of these candles is 4 hours. So for the time being, I think we're going to be dropping down to $2 and then working our way back up here to the 786, $2.28 resistance area, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. Personally, I think VXV might be breaking that. Depends on which direction Bitcoin's going, but just judging from this chart, you guys weren't making crazy highs and lows here, and you had that capitulation. You are working up, and usually when something like this happens, you have a nice ladder up effect. And I talked about ladder up effects, and I think a couple live streams ago, and I think we're about ready to start repeating those ladder up effects with a lot of coins, and VXV is a part of those part of coins. So just keep an eye on the $2 retracement for a continuation of the 228. I mean, I could probably I'll draw another fib in here to see if that $2 is actually valid. It is on this micro fib, but you can draw a million fibs on this thing. So I'm going to go off the bottom here and see if there's some other support besides $2 for you. So there is a 618 here on this fib. So we're going to go off both of these fibs. I'm going to put them both back on here. So there's two different scenarios here now that I look at it at a larger picture. You can actually see the bottom of this wick just broke below the 618, so there's a chance we could bounce off the 618 at 212 for continuation higher. So I definitely keep an eye on 212. If we broke off 212, the entire beginning of this rant that I was on would be the scenario, breaking down to the 2 and continuing higher. So I would keep an eye on $2.12. I personally think we will be heading down there for the time being, but we won't know until this candle fully forms, and this next candle forms in about 15 minutes. And you can see this 4-hour candle, the price has pretty much been the same for VXV. Man, my dog is going crazy behind me. So for the time being, let's just keep an eye on this larger 618 at 212. Break below that, we're going to probably head down to 2 for a jump up to this resistance test. Inevitably, I think we're going to have a slight retracement to test this main support or main resistance area. So let's just keep an eye on something like this. VXV most likely will be heading up there. So I think VXV will be bullish in the next coming days, which would actually validate my altcoins being bullish towards the end of the week. So let's just keep an eye on the end of the week for VXV. I think a lot of altcoins will be bullish towards the end of the week. So with that, I'll get into Zilliqa. I actually thought Zilliqa was going to crap the bed, but this 786 is actually holding as a fantastic support for Zilliqa. Zilliqa's consolidating between the 786 and 618 area, and really isn't paying much mind to this main resistance until April 17th we have. So personally, I think Zilliqa's about ready for a breakout. So I'd actually keep an eye on coming up here to test this. If we broke above that, I don't even think we stop at the 620. I think we'd be going up to the 5 at 14.6 or something like that. In my personal opinion, you have these peaks, and these peaks are getting lower, and the bottoms are getting lower. And even with that big Bitcoin drop, you didn't even go all the way down to the 786 for Zilliqa. So I think Zilliqa, if we break above this 11.65 main resistance area, I don't even think we stop at the 618. We've been pretty much bouncing between the 786, 618 for quite a while. This consolidation is bullish. That just means a lot of people are acquiring this coin at the same price for a long period of time, and eventually the coins at that price are going to completely get bought out, and we'll be blasting up to 70 on the RSI, which would validate this move up to the 5, and then a retracement of the 618 and a continuation higher for Zilliqa. So I'd actually keep an eye for a breakout on Zilliqa. But if you want to get technical, we are making lower lows and lower highs on Zilliqa. So you are technically in a downtrend. This is a bullish scenario in my opinion. I know in the last live stream I was going to say I'm going to stop being bullish or giving bullish scenarios, but a lot of charts are looking bullish in the next week or so, in my opinion. Just hovering around the same price, bouncing back and forth between the two support areas. So I'd just keep an eye on a breakout for Zilliqa towards the end of the week. So with that, open floor, guys. Who wants their coins charted? Welcome, everybody. Hopefully this live stream is much, much better than yesterday's. Sparse crowd tonight. No one wants to talk. If that's the case, I'm just going to be going over some random stuff. Let's see what's pumping today on CoinMarketCap. Isn't that nice just seeing green? So what is breaking almost double digits today? Anyone? Oh, ApeCoin's up 12.5%. Holy cow. Let's take a look at ApeCoin. I mean, this thing, when it initially came out, I was like, oh my gosh, this thing's a dud. But ApeCoin has just pretty much been tearing it up. So ApeCoin right now is currently working its way to test the 618. So I personally think ApeCoin's would be coming over here and tagging the 70 on the RSI. So for ApeCoin, I'd personally keep an eye on a move up, not a big move up, but a move up to the 618 and then a retracement down here and maybe something like that. The way the market's going, I think Bitcoin's working its way to 42,000, and with that, altcoins are going to follow it. So I think we're going to have a slight retracement down here to the 382, then a continuation up here. And I think we'll blast through the 786 and head up to the set, or blast through the 618 and head up to the 786. As you can see, this coin just came out, so there's not a lot of data to go off of. But if you just look at this long-term data, it's pretty much just been consolidating between the 618 and 1 right here. But I think Ape's about ready to break out. We just need that retracement to pick up some more moon juice, and then a continuation. Not saying we're to blast above 70, but for a continuation back up to 70 would bring us to the 786 at $14.50. So the lowest Ape has been off of the initial coin launch was 945. So if you would have bought the bottom of Ape off the official launch, you would only be up, I mean, 43% is quite a bit to be up on a coin, but you'd be up 43% on Ape. Not bad for people just getting an airdrop, but usually the people that hold Ape NFTs are making bank. So with that, I did chart Quant earlier, but just for the live stream, I always have to chart it because eventually we'll see Zgoth get on and be like, hey, can you chart Quant? Like I said, Quant actually broke out of this downtrend, which is extremely bullish for Quant. So personally, we did get rejected right here at this resistance. I'd keep an eye on a bounce down to the 786 at 112. And then a continuation higher. The RSI is looking fantastic. We have these healthy pullbacks, and if these healthy pullbacks continue, it's going to look something like this to the 618. Then we'll tag out the 618 at 70 on the RSI, most likely, then back test the support and work our way up to 124. So we're finally out of this downtrend that we've been in since March 28th for Quant. Yeah, you guys broke it by quite a bit. You guys barely broke it here, but this is an official break. You have a full body candle, full green body candle outside of this downtrend. So we can officially call this the bottom for Quant right now at 105 and start looking for some higher highs for the growth of Quant up to 70 on the RSI. And I think we're going to be heading to 70 on the RSI personally for Quant. I just think we're going to have a slight retracement. I think we're going to break above the support or resistance and just do something like this for Quant. So the price to beat right now is 116 after this retracement to the 786. And if Quant did what it did back here, this ladder up effect, we could definitely see this again. I think a lot of coins are going to start reenacting this ladder up effect that we did back here starting on March 15th. I think the end of April is going to be extremely bullish, and I think the end of this week is going to be extremely bullish for altcoins as well. But for Quant, let's keep an eye on a 112 retracement to the 116 pump from there. And if we break above that, that ladder up effect is most likely valid, and we'll be working our way up to 70 on the RSI to $121 at the 618. And then once we hit up to 70, we're going to have a decent sized retracement to pick up some more moon juice and continue our upwards growth. So with that, open floor, guys. I see there's more people on watching now. So if you want your coin charted live, now's the time to do it. I mean, I only put a couple videos out today, and if you're watching, you might as well get your coin charted, and now's your time to do it. If not, I'm just be doing these other coins. You know, I haven't looked at Jasmine in a while. So with that, I see we got a request for Unizen. So let's look at Unizen. What is Unizen? Let's take a look at what that is. So Unizen's up 6.4% at $1.15. Pretty much a 1 billion total supply, 34 million circulating. So not a lot of coins in circulation with a large total supply and a very small market cap of 39 million. All-time high of $7.03 7 months ago. All-time low of 90 cents 2 months ago. If we look at the max and compare that to the market cap, it actually doesn't look like they put more coins in circulation. So that's a good thing, but there is a chance that they could with the large supply and low circulating. But let's get into the charting of it. Oh, I've charted this in the past, and I was wrong. So with that, this chart is actually still valid. We're currently getting rejected at the 618. RSI looks like it's tailing up towards 70. So personally, for the time being, I think we're going to get rejected at the 618 and have one of these peaks on the RSI and retrace back down to the support here at 116. And then from there, I think we'll be making a run up to the 5 at 120, 121. I think a lot of coins were bullish towards the end of the week, so I think a lot of coins would be starting this ladder up effect like we had towards the middle of April or March. As you can see, you started laddering up higher. I think that is what's going to be happening towards the end of April, beginning of March. So for the time being for Unizen, let's keep an eye on a pullback to 110, 111 main support area. And then heading up to test the 618 and breaking through that to the 5 at 120. But I think for the time being, we're going to have a little pullback right here. Kind of like we had here. We went up to the peak, pullback at the 50, went up. I think we're going to have a pullback. And I think this RSI is going to continue all the way up to 70 at 125. And then once we hit 70, we're going to have a decent sized pullback to pick up some moon juice, which could most likely be either to the 5 or the 618. And then that would give us our juice to blast up here to 136. I don't think we're going to be just going straight up to 136. I think we have to have some healthy type growth with some pullbacks to continue our momentum higher. So I would keep an eye on approximately where we are right here, around a 3% pullback. And then once we have that 3% pullback, I'd keep an eye on approximately 9-10% pump up to the 5 to 120 for this coin. So with that, we'll look at Filecoin. Filecoin. So Filecoin just looked like a reverse too. A lot of these coins have reversed since this Bitcoin drop, which is actually very, very bullish in my opinion. We had this drop here, consolidation, big pump, drop because of Bitcoin, and we started bottoming out or continuing higher from there. So let's draw a fib on this bad boy and see what's going on. Yeah, currently holding support here at the 382. RSI looks like it's curling down, but that doesn't mean we're heading back down to 50. In my personal opinion, I'd keep an eye on the 5 pullback for a continuation up to $21. So I think we might be heading down to the 5 and then a pump up to $21, which is approximately a 1 point, let's just say 2% drop, which isn't terrible. And then a pump up, that's not the right, and then a pump up approximately 6.5%. And I think this is going to happen because I think Bitcoin's going to have a slight pullback to around 40,000, and then Bitcoin's will be pumping up to 42,000. And with that, the altcoins are going to follow it. And this will actually top us out at 70 on the RSI. So from there, we'll have to have a decent size retracement to pick up more fuel and then blast up to 222. I think a lot of coins will be having this ladder up effect here like they had at the middle of March. I think we're starting that back up, and I think we'll be working up towards higher highs than we were in March as well. and this is just a run up. So personally, I think the bottom was recent. So I think this might be the bottom for a month or so till the market start going back up. So Filecoin is not looking too bad. Jasmy ahead is pumping up to the 618, and I still think we're actually tagged the 70 right here. I don't want to be moon boyish on Jasmy for the time being, but I said, and I'll still stick to it. If we break above the 786, I said you guys could probably make a good flip. I think it was like a 30-some% flip on Jasmy right here, because I said if we break above the 786, we could see a 33% pump up to the 618. And I think I called that back here. And as it looks right now, RSI is at 70, so we can see a slight pullback. But I think Jasmy's actually heading up here to the 618 at 2.5 cents. So yeah, that's crazy. I actually I called that. You know, if you buy here, make sure you have stop loss, and you can have a 33% pump up to the 618, which I think Jasmy would do, and it looks like it's actually doing that. So I'd actually keep an eye on Jasmy breaking above 70 on the RSI. As you can see, this candle just started a minute ago, and it's red and just flipped green. So we have to keep an eye on this candle for the time being, because we are at 70 on the RSI. We could have a slight retracement for continuation up, but inevitably, I think Jasmy is heading up here to the 618 at 2.5. I really wish I would have listened to myself and bought in right here and tried to flip it, because it was a definition flip opportunity with that capitulation. Yeah, I said if it broke above the 786, we'd be heading up to the 618 at 2.5, and I think that's still the case. So I'd keep an eye on later this week, Jasmy's price being up to 2.5. These are 4-hour candles, so it could happen as early as tomorrow or the day after that we get the 2.5 cents on Jasmy. But inevitably, I think we're heading up to 2.5 cents on Jasmy. And then from there, we'll start a retracement, which I'd have to draw a different fib to try to decide that. But I'm not going to draw a million fibs on a million. You know, we could draw a million fibs on this chart and try to dissect it. But we're just going to go off the main one right now. We'll assess the situation at that time. But I think Jasmy's heading to 2.5 for the peak. And then we'll retrace from there. So Zgoth, I did quant. Called you out in it too. So with that, guys, open floor. I know you guys want some coins charted, especially after last night's crap shoot of a live stream. Dang old technical difficulties got me there. You know what I haven't looked at in a while? Spell. Spell still bleeding out. Yeah, Spell's still bleeding out. Actually, it kind of looks like Spell reversed. We are having a difficult time getting over this, and this red candle just started. So if you're a Spell holder, I'd personally keep an eye on a retracement to the 786 at 004, and then coming up here to test the support channel or resistance channel at 4.3. Spell really hasn't been bullish since the Wonderland fiasco, if you know what that is. Yes, it's listed on Coinbase, but somehow they're fiasco, and that's really made the coin drop considerably. What's the market cap on this now? And that's the bad thing. Those retail investors that don't know to look at market cap for a coin and think like the price is so low that the coin could make exponential growth. For the short term, let's just keep an eye on a retracement to the 786 and then working up to 4.3 on Spell. So I did chart Jasmy. I just recently charted Jasmy. It was actually the coin just before this. So you'll be able to see that TA on Jasmy. So with that, Danny says OGN. live stream. So like 30 minutes ago, there's a video I just posted on OGN, and this is it. But we'll cover it in the live stream again. Nothing's changed since 20 minutes ago, but I'll just go over it. We are on a very steep uptrend for OGN, and personally, I think we're going to be retracing the test the bottom of it, and that would actually be healthy for this coin. We can't maintain over 50 forever because we would just run out of fuel. So for OGN, for the short term, I'd keep an eye on a retracement back down to 6 cents, and then we can work our way up to the 236 here at 7.5. That would be healthy. It wouldn't be bad to have a retracement like this. And as you can see, we've tested actually exactly on this uptrend once, twice, and it's continually riding this. So I think for the time being, we're going to have a retracement to 60 cents, and then that will start our pump up to 7.5. And then we'll assess the situation at that time. We could definitely break above 7.5, but I'm just going to call 7.5 as the peak until we start retracing again and have a pump up like this. We are extremely bullish on OGN right now. I don't know if there was some sort of catalyst to around 60 cents, 61, 60 cents. So 6-7% drop. And then from there, I think we'll have a continuation up approximately, not a straight candle continuation up, more this choppy ladder up effect. I think we'd have a continuation up approximately 23 cents from the 6% test of this main support channel for OGN. So that wouldn't be bad. We definitely need to have a retracement on OGN and pick up some more fuel. We've been hovering around this area on the RSI too long. We are running on fumes, and as you can see, it wants to come back down here and pick up some more people, pick up some more moon juice, and then head back up to 70. So for the time being, I'm going to keep this chart here and keep it drawn, so next time I look at OGN, we can assess it. But I think this is what OGN is going to be doing for the next couple weeks. So we'll look at some DAG. Not King DAG this time. We'll look at actual DAG. Man, I thought DAG was going to have this retracement, but it just took off. Broke well above 70 on the RSI. Actually topped out at 81. Bounced off the 236. Currently heading towards the 382. 382 would actually have to hold for us to continue this bullish momentum. If 382 doesn't hold, we're going to be making a lower low. So personally, I think 382 would hold, which would actually bring us down to the 50 for a retestment of 70. So unless this is one of those fake outs where we test 70, drop all the way back down 30, which I don't think we're going to do with the way that the market's looking right now. I'm going to give the bullish scenario and then the slightly realistic one for DAG right now. So for the bullish scenario, I think we're heading down to around here at 17.5 and then a continuation up. Not saying we're heading back up to the, not saying we're heading up to the one to test this high, which we were at. There's most likely some sort of support in here. We'd have to zoom out and do a lot of data. I mean, I can zoom out and try to do one for you real quick. So you can see we have a lot of support in this area. We tagged it here, here. So we can draw a ray right here on the chart. So this is personally what I think we could do. Bounce off the 5 and work our way, or 382 and work our way up to about around 1.9 to 2 cents, and then from there we definitely have to have a retracement for DAG. Now for the realistic conservative view, if we break below this, we're going to probably test the top of the support channel. I think we'd probably head down to the support at 162 and then have our run up. Not a steep run up like that. It would most likely be something like this for DAG. But inevitably, that would only be if we broke below 17.5. So keep an eye on 17.5 for DAG for the time being. Inevitably, I think the next week or so, DAG is going to be working towards making higher highs. I think altcoins are extremely bullish towards the end of this week, beginning of next week. Like I said at the beginning of the live stream, I think Bitcoin's going to have a slight retracement to 40,000, which it needs to do, in my opinion. The RSI is a little too high. And then it's going to be working its way up to 42,000. And with that retracement, a lot of altcoins are going to have a slight retracement with it as well. But how big is that retracement? And you guys had that nasty Bitcoin drop. Not nasty, but you had that drop, and you guys really didn't drop that far for Constellation. I mean, it was only a It's only a 5% drop you guys had. So I'd honestly keep an eye on this 382 at 175 for continuation higher on DAG. Let me look at the stats on DAG real quick. 3.5 billion total supply. 3/4 of it are in circulation and 500 million market cap. So it's pretty established coin. I mean, you can't make crazy gains on it, but established coins are safe plays most likely. So LCX, what is LCX doing? Oh, LCX isn't looking crazy bullish right now. I mean, we are definitely holding the support. We are hugging the support for our life. So I'd personally keep an eye on this candle right here. This candle started green. This candle started 10 minutes ago and it's green. But inevitably, we're at 50 right now. And we've been on a downtrend since March 26th and haven't made any exponential growth since April 11th. Just been consolidating. Consolidation isn't a bad thing. It's a bullish thing. It just means people are willing to accumulate this coin at the same price for a long period of time. And once those coins at that price are bought up, that's when the coin's going to take off. The only part that I'm kind of concerned about with this coin is when we do start heading up here, we have a 618 met with an instant resistance at around 13 cents. So it's going to be very difficult to get over that. Not saying we're going to not break through it, but it's going to be very difficult, and I guarantee we probably won't break it on the first attempt. But if we do hit that, I think we're going to have a retracement, then possibly have some moon juice to blast up through it. So you can see it's held as resistance for quite a while. Since March 28th, we've tested it, got rejected several times. We've got rejected beginning of April at it quite a few times. So it's when are we going to do that? And with a consolidation like this, the time could be coming, because after consolidation, if we start breaking up higher in this resistance channel, which it looks like the resistance channel is holding us down since April 12th, you can see we really haven't been breaking higher into this resistance channel. Once you start seeing us breaking higher into this resistance channel, I'd keep an eye on breaking above 13 cents or testing it out at least. But LCX just looks like it wants to move sideways for the time being, which isn't a bad thing at all. Sideways movement is bullish movement. So I don't know if that helped you out at all. But that's just what I see looking at this chart. A zero is going to hit all-time high of $3. What's a zero? Yo, this coin just came out in March. What is this coin? Oh, Alpha Zero. Question mark market cap. Let's see if they have any information here on coin market cap. I haven't heard you talking about this coin in Discord. Market cap's $500 million. Pretty high market cap. So let's get into the charting. Yeah, this thing's pretty much been ripping since April 6th. Currently, it looks like we're in a consolidation period. Yeah, this coin looks like it's about ready to break out, personally. I'm actually going to have to extend this fib higher because I haven't charted it in a while and the fib's invalid. So let me start this fib over. If I can grab that. Yeah, I'd honestly look for a breakout for this coin. I'd keep an eye on a retracement down here to around $2.70, and then I think that's all she wrote. And then we're to be start making a higher high in this coin. Approximately up to, yeah, $3. So you are not wrong there, ZGOT. I think we're to be retracing to around 270, then a pump up to around $3 range or higher. I mean, you've pretty much been in an uptrend since this coin came out. And even with that Bitcoin capitulation, it didn't even break a lower low. So yeah, this coin's looking bullish, guys, in the short term. So let's keep an eye on a breakout, a slight retracement breakout for a 0. Only bad part is if we break below the 236, this is all invalid. So let's keep an eye on, if we break below 265, this consolidation is invalid. Then we most likely will be working its way down. So 265 is your support for that breakout on this coin. So AVT. So I had AVT last time I charted it testing the 618, which it did with this wick, and then had a retracement. So I haven't charted it since April 16th. So let me clean that up. So that played out there on the short term. Had a retracement to the top of the support channel. Looks like it's consolidating pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to be drawing a shit ton of shapes here, but personally, I'd keep an eye on AVT. If we break above the bottom of this resistance channel, which it looks like we had some resistance right here, this downtrend, I mean, you can call it a downtrend, but it's been a day since we started that. We actually reversed the downtrend right here on this high, but for the short term, if we break above this 260 range, we'll be working our way up to the 618. The bad part is once we get up here, we're met with a 618 and a main resistance very, very close to each other, and it's very difficult to get over a 618, let alone a 618. Very close to a main resistance area. So I expect if we do move up here, we're going to have a rejection, then hopefully have enough juice to break through that. The thing is, once we break through that, this is going to be a fantastic support. Just like it's hard to get over a 618 main resistance, once you get over that, it's very difficult to fall below a 618 main resistance area. So this what I just drew here is only valid if we break above this resistance channel at $2.60, which I think we're heading up to the $2.60. RSI definitely is 50-50 enough to break up to 70 for sure. And like I said, I think altcoins are going to be pretty bullish towards the end of this week, beginning of next week. So AVT is a part of that. So let's keep an eye on a pump up here to the 618 main resistance area at 275. Personally, I don't think we'll be breaking that once we get up there, though. I think from there we're going to have a slight retracement because these two being so close together and the RSI will be considerably higher than 50, probably up to 66 to 70. We just won't have enough momentum or juice to break through there. So we'd have to load up. We'd have to drop down, load up to make another run at it, which isn't a bad thing. That's healthy growth for a coin. But for the short term, let's just keep an eye on $2.75 range. No, I have not done XRP yet. I can do XRP. Let's look at XRP. Uh-oh, I think... One second. I think my... keyboard died. What the heck? There we go. Good old technology. If it's not one thing, it's another. So I had XRP bouncing off the support and working its way up here. It actually fell through the support and held at the 786, and it's working its way up here. So I'd still say this is a valid move, even though we fell below where I initially thought we were going to drop. But I'm going to clear it up. Currently, right now, we are barely above the 50. I think we're working our way up towards this main resistance at 78 cents. I'd keep an eye on 78 cents for the time being. If you can see, we had a lot of difficulty breaking over that in the middle of April, and we already had a hard enough time breaking over the 618 towards the beginning of April. So looks like you guys have had a difficult time even moving up the entire month of April. But for the time being, let's keep an eye on the 78 cents, which will bring the RSI up around 60 or 75, not 75, 65. And then I think we'd have a retracement to the 618, which would give us enough momentum to hopefully break above that up to the 5. So I think we're to be approximately moving up, yeah, another percent before we have a retracement to the 618. I mean, if we just headed up to 70 on the RSI like we did back on the 15th, that would take us up to the 5 here at 79 cents. Dependent on this main resistance area that we're heading up towards. I definitely think we're heading to the main resistance area. It just depends on what we're going to do when we get there. And if we get rejected, this is the scenario. If we break above that resistance, this is the scenario. I know that's probably not very helpful, but I gave you two different options there, and it is dependent on the 78 cents resistance area. So I just keep an eye on the 78 cents resistance area for XRP for the time being. Definitely dependent on that lawsuit. Does anyone know how that lawsuit's going for XRP? I mean, that thing's been going on forever that I just lost interest in following it in the news. I mean, that thing has been drug out forever. As soon as that lawsuit's over, though, I think XRP is going to the effing moon. I'm not even joking. Yeah, man, if that lawsuit gets dismissed, XRP is going to go to the effing moon. I guarantee it. It's going to get listed back on all the exchanges and everything like that, and people are going to be able to buy it a lot more easier, and I think that's going to jack up the price on XRP exponentially. It's just, when is that time going to be? In the short term, I don't think XRP is going to be making crazy bullish moves. I think it's just dollar cost average coin until we hear about the lawsuit. But as soon as that lawsuit's done and over with, I think XRP is going to be rip. Get listed back on Coinbase and all those other exchanges. It'll rip. It'd be all over the news. You know, all the retail investors would be flocking into it. You know, XRP wins their lawsuit, or the lawsuit gets expunged or whatever. So XRP would be all over the crypto news, and people would start buying XRP again. So I'd keep an eye on that. That's going to be the massive catapult for XRP. That would be the big pump you're looking for. But for the time being, I don't think we're to see any massive pumps until that happens. I mean, you guys did have a nice run up here back early February, but yeah, my brother's held XRP for quite a while. He was actually in the crypto before I was. He tried to get me into it for at least 2 years. I wish I would have listened to him. He's holding a lot of XRP. He was back around when Ethereum was $20. Imagine getting a $20 Ethereum. Man. You know what? In a couple of years from now, we're going to say that about some coins right now. Imagine getting that. We're going to make it in the long run, as long as we have those diamond hands. So just stick in there, guys. Stick in there, guys. In a couple of years from now, we'll be looking back and saying we did it. Getting a rig in, oh my god, the crypto to fiat gateway, and they're the leader of the crypto to fiat gateway right now. Once crypto's massively adopted and retail markets and stuff started accepting crypto as payment, I think ACH is going to be the leader of that, and it's going to surge. That's just my personal opinion, though. I know there's all those other coins and stuff like that, but ACH is leading the pack. The partnerships that they've made is just crazy. I mean, they partnered with VeChain recently. You know, they're on Shopify and just making crazy partnerships, even though the coin's taking a shit. But that's one of those coins that I have that I just don't look at. Makes me sad when I look at it, but I think it's going to pay out in the long term. Yeah, Zgoth, unfortunately I don't own any quant. I know I'm going to regret it. But I have my plays that I think are best for me, and that's what I'm trying to play out. And I mean, there's a million different ways to skin a cat, so hopefully they both work. So what am I doing right here? Okay, yeah, Casper. And you guys can just get me talking. I should just have a like a podcast where we can just talk, because I can just talk and forget what I'm doing. So Casper's pretty much been on a downtrend since April 1st, have been making lower highs, but inevitably we're making lower highs that aren't as high, I guess you could say. We're starting to consolidate and get very, very tight. So inevitably for Casper, I'd personally keep an eye on a retracement to the 786 and a continuation up to 8 here. If that happens and we actually break above the bottom of this resistance channel at 798 cents, this whole downtrend's reversed. So if we break above 8 cents on Casper, this whole downtrend's reversed and we can start talking about bullish momentum. But if we get rejected at this, the crazy part is we haven't even tested a similar high. So personally, I think Casper might actually start breaking out here pretty soon. That is if it breaks out of this downtrend, which I think altcoins are bullish at the end of this week, but I can't start being moon boy on a lot of coins. I have to start giving realistic stuff, which I try to do anyways, but there's two different scenarios. The realistic one is, yes, you can head down here to the main support at 7.4 for continuation higher. The bullish scenario is a 7.86 for a continuation up here. But if we break above 8 cents, Casper's finally flipped into bullish momentum. So I'd keep an eye on that. I'd keep an eye on 7.5 to 7.4 and then a continuation up. We break above 8 cents for Casper, we're off to the races. Yeah, I've actually been considering getting a position in Luna. I've been trying to find a good entry point for Luna. I hold a lot of small cap coins and I have my long-term plays, and I'm kind of looking for another long-term play that's not extremely small market cap. And the thing that Luna's doing, trying to be the largest holder of Bitcoin period, is extremely bullish in my opinion. They're buying millions of dollars of Bitcoin almost daily. No, they're the creators of Tether or USDT, yeah. But the market cap's just so crazy high. It definitely wouldn't be very profitable unless you had a lot of money, but it'd be definitely a safe play to get into Luna long term. And the market cap's 33 billion. So I mean, to double that, you have to have 66 billion market cap. But definitely, I think Luna's going to be growing exponentially in the next several years. I mean, look at that chart. That is just... Imagine getting in January of 2021 at 71 cents. A year ago, little over a year ago, you could have got into Luna at 71 cents and cashed out at $112. Just shows the craziness of holding your crypto. And if you follow me in the Discord, you can probably get the gist that it's very hard for me to sell my coins. I hold a lot of coins diamond hand, and I know it's not a good thing to have a personal attachment to your coins, but it's hard for me to sell some coins. I'll tell you what, I do have my flip plays and stuff, and with my flip plays, that's a different mindset alone. But if I have a long-term play in mind and the coin starts taking a shit, I just put more money into it. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but hopefully it pays off in the long term. Yeah, Ethereum is my biggest bag out of all the coins I own right now. Out of all, I mean, money-wise anyways. Once 2.0 comes out, and I know Ethereum keeps pushing back the merge, and it becomes a pure deflationary stake coin, and you can't mine it anymore, I think Ethereum's just going to go absolutely nuts. And once sharding starts for Ethereum, and the gas fees drop exponentially, and the speed increases... Bad part is, I think they need to do it soon before these competitors come up and overtake them. Even though that's going to be very difficult to do. I mean, look what Solana did in what, a year and a half? It's crazy. We're early to the space, guys, so just sit tight and just hold on and you'll make it. You'll make it for sure. As long as you have that patience. I'll still be here. I'll still be doing this, hopefully. Even if I make my goal and everything like that, my financial goal and everything like that, I don't think I'll give up charting. I just love charting so much. All the people you meet doing it and just trying to share your knowledge. But not saying all my charting's correct either, but I give it my best shot. Yeah, I have all my ETH staked, so I don't care if it drops and whatnot like that. If it drops, it drops. I'm holding ETH long term, like 5+ years. So if it drops, it drops. I'll accumulate more. So as of right now, all my ETH is earning me passive income. It's all on my ledger, sitting there, making me money while I'm doing nothing. Same with my Cardano. So let me go through. Did I miss any coins charting? So H bar. So you asked for H bar. We can look at H bar. I don't do long-term predictions, but we can kind of try to get an idea of where it's heading. I don't believe in long-term predictions. You're better off shaking your magic 8 ball and asking that for a long-term prediction. I believe in cryptocurrency. The market's just so volatile that all those clickbait YouTube things that you see of going up 10x in a week or a month are all just clickbait. They're just doing it for views. That's why I created this channel. You've probably heard this before if you've been on my live stream. I created this channel because I was tired of looking at all those fake price predictions. I used to just chart by myself, and I always did these short-term, realistic. You're able to get in the ballpark when you do this. When you go in like several months out, you're just absolutely guessing. And those people that have those flashy thumbnails saying 100x and stuff like that are just doing it for the clicks. I'm trying to be somewhat helpful. Yeah, hey Zgot, do you have your Cardano staked? I'm earning several dollars a day just staking my Cardano. I'm getting like 8%. If not, you should definitely look into staking your Cardano. Oh, long term. Yeah, I think H bar is a long term hold for sure. Let's look at H bar. I thought you meant long term prediction. Yeah, H bar is definitely a long-term hold. I'd just be careful of them putting more coins in circulation because not even half the coins are in circulation yet. And if they put more coins into circulation, it's going to take more buying power for the price to increase. That's the thing about H bar. I mean, you do have almost a 4 billion market cap, so it's pretty stable in the crypto space. It's ranked 36. So obviously it's backed by a lot of supporters, and you've made a decent sized run since 2020. The only thing I'd be concerned about is them unloading more coins. Not saying that's a bad thing because you have to do that to provide like liquidity for exchanges and for partnerships and stuff. But there's still 30 billion coins they can put in circulation. But in the long term, I think H bar will pay off. It's definitely a good long term hold. For the short term, you have this capitulation, and you are currently working your way up, hopefully to the 2. But this is a big ass red candle we're looking at right here. So I'd actually keep an eye on a retracement down here to 19.2 and then a bounce up to 20 cents on H bar. So I think we're going to have a slight pullback on H bar. You can see the RSI wants to touch 50. Personally, I think we're going down to around 45 on RSI, which you guys normally tagged out at for pretty much the entire month of April. So I'd keep an eye on a retracement to around 19 and then a continuation up there to 20 cents to test this resistance out on the short term for H bar. And if we break above 20 cents, we're off to the races to 786 to 21 cents. But you guys had a great run up here with this ladder up effect. Unfortunately, what goes up must come down, right? But I think we're going to be starting this ladder up effect again on a lot of coins. Like I said, I think Bitcoin's going to drop down to 40,000 and from there move up. Like I'll show why I think that too. This is why I think that the RSI is kind of high in my opinion. We can definitely tag 70 and that would bring us up to 42 off the rip, but I think it'd be healthier if Bitcoin retraced to the 5 here at 40,000 and then had its moon juice up to 42. And personally, this is what I'm sort of banking on right now. Bitcoin having a retracement to the 5 here at 40,000 and then pumping up to 42. So with that, altcoins will drop when it drops down there, but when it pumps up to 42, I think altcoins are going to start ripping. That's why I think altcoins will be bullish towards the end of the week, beginning of next week, because that's when this is going to be playing out, in my opinion. So that's my thought behind why coins are going to be dropping for the time being. Yeah, XLM was actually the first coin I ever bought. I use XLM all the time to transfer my coins between exchanges and stuff like that. Like when I'm transferring to MetaMask, KuCoin, and stuff, I convert whatever I'm transferring to XLM, send it over there, convert it back. Instantaneous. Gas fees are just crazy low. I don't hold any XLM anymore, but I use XLM weekly transferring my stuff. And I'll continue to do so. The transaction fees are just stupid low, and it's pretty much instantaneously transferred anywhere around the world. You know, XLM is XRP's little brother. So once XRP takes off, I think XLM will follow XRP as well. That's why I was keeping a really close eye on the XRP lawsuit back in the day, because I held quite a bit of XLM. And then once I found out how XRP and XLM correlated together, I kind of dipped out of XLM to try to make some money elsewhere. Yeah, staking is just awesome, especially when you can do it on your ledger. I mean, I have my ledger locked away in my safe, so my ledger's in my safe, and my coins are staked, so I'm earning money. You know, there's nothing better than your crypto making money for you, especially if you're holding it long term. Why just hold it and have it not make money when you can stake it? You know, you might not think 5% APY is a lot, but you're getting less than a percent with your money in the bank. That's why the banks are worried about, you know, cryptocurrency, because millionaires can put their money into Tether and get, you know, 3-4% APY and $1 million, when they can, you know, otherwise they can put it in the bank and get less than a percent APY on it. Why do that when they could put it in the Tether and get 3+% on their $1 million? I just wish I had enough money that I could stake a coin and just live off the APY. That would be ideal. Just sit there and live off the APY. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Algo did team up with XLM. So I'm going to look at Songbird, because that was actually a pretty big hit when I made that video. Thanks to Zegoth for mentioning Songbird. Obviously I was wrong, which doesn't happen often, just kidding. Yeah, Songbird isn't looking good. We actually fell below the support. It's currently, yeah, not looking good. Green candle looks like it wants to test the resistance. I'm going to draw a micro fib on this because the fib that I drew is kind of large. We'll go off a micro. Yeah, currently being held up by the 5. If we fall below the 5, I'd look for a drop down of the 618 for Songbird at 5.6, and then a continuation of the 5. And if the technicality continues on this downtrend, it's going to be looking something like that. If we break above 5, this downtrend's invalid, then we can start talking about moving up higher. But for the time being, Songbird isn't looking super bullish. Yeah, I have pretty much all my coins offline except the coins that I'm flipping. Like my Bitcoin, Ethereum, ACH, Cardano, PBX. All those coins are on my ledger. Locked away. So yeah. So with that, guys, open floors. I have approximately 20 minutes left, so who wants their coins charted? Or looked at? Banks want your money to make money and turn it. Yeah, yep. That's why they fear the crypto space. You just take all your money out and put it in the Tether and stake it. But yeah, I'm seriously looking for a entry point for Luna. I really want to get into Luna. with the amount of Bitcoin they're buying all that Bitcoin so they have a backing for their USDT coin. Because you know they've had that scandal about how they're just making coins out of thin air. They're trying to back their USDT by all the Bitcoin that they're buying. And with them trying to be the largest holder of Bitcoin, that's just extremely bullish in my opinion. So I'm trying to look for an entry on Luna. Actually, I'm going to look at Luna. But I don't know. I have a mindset here of whether to get into Luna now or wait until we're actually in a bear market and get into Luna and play it long term. And my mindset is leaning towards waiting for the bear market to hit and then getting into Luna, because I think it's going to take a while for Luna to absolutely take off, and I think I could get a better entry point if we enter a bear market when we enter the bear market later down the road. So that's my play. I'm still haven't decided if I want to try to get in now or try to play it as getting in during the bear market for Luna. But I want to get into some Luna and hold it long term. I want to try to get a lot of Luna personally. So we'll look at my crap coin that I hold, ACH, that I'm bullish on long term for God knows why. Yeah, this thing's been crap in the bed since the Coinbase launch, but I'm bullish on it long term for some reason. I told my reasons why, but I kind of stopped dollar cost averaging in this coin. I really should start that back up. But every time I reach my dollar cost average to even, it takes a crap, and I end up having the dollar cost average to break even again. But I think I hold a sizable enough bag of ACH that I can just let it sit now, and whatever it does, it does. But ACH looks like it wants to come up here to test the 786 again, which it has done pretty much entire of April. Not entire, since the middle of April. If we break up the 786 on ACH, I'd keep an eye on 3.8. But ACH just has a ton of resistance. I mean, the 618 is directly on top of this main resistance once we break above that. So we're going to need some sort of massive catapult to launch ACH up. It's like resistance. It's like resistance after double resistance, with resistance channel, heavy resistance channel. That's why I don't even chart ACH for my videos anymore. It just makes me upset. But I should really start dollar cost averaging back into it. I could acquire a decent sized amount at this price. Yeah, that's the thing. USDT I heard is shady too, because I've heard they're coming out of they're making coins out of thin air, but the stable coins have to be backed by, actual fiat. And I think Luna's plan, or USDT's plan, is to back it by Bitcoin, and that's why they're acquiring a massive amount of it. But that's way above my pay grade to try to figure out. So API 3. Rather be holding API 3 over Chainlink. I think you'll be making a lot more money off this coin than Chainlink once everything gets adopted and is rolling. So I'm going to delete this fib and start over. Currently look like we're having a difficult time getting over the 618 right here. We did recently of this. It's looking like we're going to have a retracement down to the 786 for a continuation up to the 618. So I would keep an eye on the support channel right here at $4.60. If you break below that, I think we're heading down to the 618 at $4.36. But inevitably, you can see we are making higher lows. They're not crazy higher lows, but they're higher lows nonetheless, which indicates it is in bullish momentum right now. They started on the 12th of April, it looks like. So this is definitely a play that we could look at. Dropping down to the 3 is a good long-term hold as well. I mean, it's one of the riskier long-term holds because it's newer. It's not as established as Chainlink, but you know, a lot of those large companies are going to have some competitors coming up. I mean, look what happened to Ethereum with Solana, you know, and then what? Coke came out first, and then next was Pepsi, and they've had a lifelong rivalry. It's just businesses create, you know, other competition, and gradually there's other competition that can compete very, very well with those large you know, the large dogs, big dogs. And I think API 3, once they're fully established and everything's fully active, is going to be one of those competitors for Chainlink. My brother actually got me into crypto. He tried shilling it. He shilled it to me for a couple years. And I was like, nah, I'm not getting into that. No, that's just magic money. Screw that. And then actually, the job that I was working at was working me 12 hours a day plus weekends. Like, I was working crazy amount. I'm like, I need to get out of here. I absolutely need to get out of here. So then I got into stock trading. And then my brother's like, why are you doing stocks? You can make a lot more money doing crypto. And then I looked into crypto, and I got into crypto, and I saw the possibilities with crypto, and I started rolling with that, and I've never looked back, and it's probably one of the best decisions I ever made. So yeah, I got into it because of my younger brother. He got into it around 2015. He's made some pretty crazy gains. He's telling me about when, you know, Ethereum was below $20 and Bitcoin was around 3K and stuff like that. And I looked back like, why didn't you buy? And, you know, in the next couple of years, we'll be looking back at some of these. So yeah, but I've been into it for a couple of years now. Just started this channel 4 months ago. So, you know, I used to do this just by myself, charting coins for my personal thing, you know, my personal preference. You know, I was tired of seeing those people shilling those 100x gains on YouTube and people getting all sucked into that. People needed some realistic predictions. So I thought, hey, why not make a channel on that? I don't know if it's going to take off or not, or if people are even going to watch it, but I started doing that, and here I am. I have an official monetized YouTube channel now after 4 months, all thanks to you guys. So thanks, everyone, for supporting my channel, and made a lot of friends along the way, too. So with that, we'll get in the VET, right? So I had us peeking out. I think I charted this on the 30th. I had us peeking out at the 236. Which the chart's actually still valid, believe it or not. Looks like we tagged the support, which was also... See, this is the thing. You know how I said we're heading up towards the 618 resistance area, and when you break over it, it flips into a great support? Look at that. You're above the support area with a 618 exactly on top of it. So this is acting as a great support, and it held right here. You hit it and bounced off. You're currently working your way up towards the 618. RSI actually looks like it wants to tag up towards 70. You've been on a general uptrend on the RSI since April 6th and making higher peaks on the RSI as well. So I'd honestly keep an eye on a slight retracement, approximately to 6 cents. And then I think we're going up here to battle it out at the 618 at 6.3. We break above 6.3, we're off to the races at 6.6. But you can see back here we've had quite a bit of towards this area since pretty much April 14th to up to the 6.3, 618 area. And then if you break above that, we're heading up to 6.6. So we'll assess the situation once we head up here, because you can see we also got rejected once we hit the 618 back here on April 14th. So we're working our way up. We're in resistance. When you're hitting resistance consecutively like this, I consider that bullish. I mean, a lot of people might consider that, hey, you're going to be making a drop here pretty soon since you're not breaking that. But if you have constant buying power testing a certain price range, it just means people want to buy that at that price for a long period of time. Yes, we dropped right here, but that was due to Bitcoin, not because this coin burnt out. It just shows the dominance of Bitcoin over other coins. And for the time being, I think Bitcoin's going to be working its way up towards 42,000, which why I'm saying we're going up to the 618, and if we break that, we're heading up to 66 for VET. I don't see VET taking off to the moon anytime soon, but for the time being, let's just keep an eye on the 618 at 6.3 for a continuation up to 6.6. I don't think we're heading down to the support area anytime soon at 5.4. So with that, guys, I have time for one more coin. Who wants the final coin of the night? So Zegoth, how long have you been into crypto for? Actually, I'll ask the question out to everybody. How long has everyone been into crypto for? Like, when did you get in? When did you guys get in, and what brought you guys into crypto? It's always nice hearing other people's stories. But if it was just me, I could talk all night about stories. Consider myself a pretty good storyteller. Especially if I had a couple drinks. Okay, guys. Well, I mean, if no one wants any coins charted and whatnot like that, I appreciate everyone stopping out tonight. Make sure if you have not joined my Discord yet, join my Discord. I'm on there daily. There's a lot of great people on there with a lot of really good information. It's a great group of people that just love talking crypto. So you can find the link to my Discord in pretty much any one of my videos. Yeah, it's just a great place to be and a great place just to talk crypto. I mean, if you have no one else to talk to, might as well just join the Discord channel. We talk crypto daily. Yeah, I heard ADA was going to go to $10 too, but I got into ADA at 88 cents, but I think it's going to be very hard for ADA to go to $10, especially with the market cap that it's at. I mean, it can definitely go there in the upcoming years, but it's already a 30 billion market cap and at 94 cents. We need a 60 billion market cap just to double this. So you need 30 billion more dollars to go into Cardano to get this to around $2. So that's a lot of money just to get it up to $2. Imagine the amount of money that has to go into it to get it up to $10. You'll need, what is that, 10 times 30, $300 billion to get it up to $10, around $300 billion. I'm not good at math, so don't quote me on that, but if we say this is the dollar at 30 billion, 10 times 30, or is 10, never mind. Yeah, my math is wrong. Yeah, so with that, guys, I appreciate everyone coming out tonight. Make sure you join my Discord channel if you haven't yet. I'm on there daily. I enjoyed listening to all your guys' stories, and as always, I appreciate you guys coming out. If you guys could just like this live stream, it would really help me out. It helps out the algorithm and all that jumbo for YouTube and everything like that. So if you guys could like this video, that'd be fantastic. And if you'd like to support this channel further, I do have an OpenSeas account. I'm not going to show that. My OpenSeas account description is pretty much in all my videos as well. I have NFTs as low as $5 to ones that give you perks, which are higher price. Of course, they're higher price. You get perks with it. So with that, guys, I'll catch you guys next time on Charting Crypto.